New Hope. My name is Steve, and it's such an honor to be here to share my testimony with you guys. Um, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background about myself. So I came to Canada when I was 14. I was born in Korea, and my mother was a believer. My dad didn't believe, and my brother came to know Christ when he was in grade 11. And ever since then, he's been praying for the family, and I was the last one to come to know Christ personally. So it was in my third year of university in Waterloo. I had an interview with Amber for the first time, and the interview did not go well. So I put that I go to Campus for Christ in my resume just to fill in the space. And Damer asked me what I did at the church. I had no answer for him. And Damer asked me, out of all the companies that I've interviewed, how I've ranked the company. And I told him, you guys are my second option. So being a really prideful guy I am, coming from Waterloo engineering program, after exiting the interview, I realized I made a huge mistake. I really wanted to get into this company because this company is really hard to get into. And knowing that I made a mistake, I felt so bad and I felt so stupid. I called my brother and I discussed, and he said, yeah, you are stupid. So, but God is faithful. He was so gracious that Damer chose me as number one out of all the candidates he's interviewed for. And on my side, I didn't get any offer from other companies other than his company. So I had no other choice but to go to his company. So it was by his will that I was getting there. So the first day I went into the office, Damer tapped into my shoulder and he told me to come to his office. So I was really nervous. I didn't know what to expect. So I went to his office and I sat down, and we talked about very general topics, just Korean engineering in general, and he had this Bible open. So I thought, this is very interesting. I've never seen an engineer who had his Bible, who reads his Bible right in the workplace. So I asked him, oh, that's cool. You read Bible? And he said, yes. So being a prideful guy I am, I actually like to pretend I know stuff. So I asked him, so what are you reading in the Bible? So he said he's reading Romans 12. So I said, oh, that's a very cool verse. So after that, I had nothing else to add on. I just said it's a cool verse. So I went back home, and I thought, reflecting on the conversation that I had, it was very interesting. So I turned on my laptop and I entered in my password. And it was a huge smack in my head because the password that I was using in my laptop since the undergraduate program, since the first year, it was Romans 12. So it was a laptop that actually my brother bought me when I went into the university. And there was a password setting. So I asked him, so what do you use for a password? So he said he uses a Bible verse for the password. So I said, out of no reason, I just thought, oh, Romans 12, I think I heard it from somewhere. So I started using that verse, and ever since then, it was my password for the laptop. And so I didn't know what that verse really was, so I just opened the Bible and started reading, and it goes, live as a living sacrifice for the Lord, do not conform to the world, but be transformed by renewing of your spirit, renewing of your mind for the Holy Spirit. And I knew this was not a coincidence, but it was God who's been pulling me all throughout these situations to bring me where I am now. So that's when I realized I'm going to challenge myself, and let's see if this was God who's been leading me all throughout. I'm going to try to live for him. So the next day, I ran into his office, and I asked him, Damer, I have no idea why people cry over Jesus. I don't know who Jesus is. I don't know who God is, but I really want to know. So he had this smile, and he said, okay, let's get started. So from that day, we read from John all the way to Revelation, chapter a day. He spent at least an hour, and I would read a verse, I would read a chapter, and then I would highlight the verse that I like, and highlight the verse that I had question on. And to this day, he's still mentoring me on how to be the light in the workplace, and how to just do everything for his glory, and to enjoy in his presence. So thank you so much for listening to this story, and back to your people.